青蛙终于遇见灰姑娘. The frog finally meets Cinderella. And I'm assuming this frog refers to the frog prince, who doesn't actually feature in the Cinderella story, but this is poetry, so, you know, artistic license and all that. 大家好，欢迎收听唱歌学中文. Hey everybody, welcome to Sing and Learn Chinese. Today's song is 画 by 邓紫棋, or Painting by GEM in English. This is a lovely yet simple little song about what else? Love, as you could probably guess, knowing pop music. So let's get right into it, shall we? 爱情就像蓝蓝天上. Love is just like on a blue sky, ... Sometimes in Chinese we repeat a word for an adjective. So it's not just 蓝天, blue sky, it's 蓝蓝天, a very blue sky. 一片留白有你陪我想象. 一片留白 means a white space, like a blank canvas. And 有你陪我想象 means you and I can imagine together. 白马突然不再抽象 means a white horse is suddenly not abstract anymore, or the white horse. A 白马 is a white horse, which refers to the prince on a white horse, or in other words, Prince Charming, because for some reason, fairy tale princes always come riding in on white horses, apparently. Anyway, 青蛙终于遇见灰姑娘. The frog finally meets Cinderella, and I'm assuming this frog refers to the frog prince, who doesn't actually feature in the Cinderella story, but this is poetry, so, you know, artistic license and all that. Alright, time for the bridge. 就算路还漫长, 我却有一种预感. So even if the road is long, I still have this feeling, this hunch. 我相信这灵感. I believe in this inspiration. And then the chorus. 我把你画成花, 未开的一朵花. I will draw you as a flower, an unopened flower, a flower that hasn't yet bloomed. Now this word 未 is actually made up of the word 木, which means wood or tree, plus a little dash at the top, which literally represents the picture of an unopened flower bud. So this is a very apt word choice to use in this lyric here. Anyway, next part of the chorus. 再把思念一点一滴化成雨落下. So 思念 means the feeling of missing someone. There's not exactly a word-for-word translation here, just missing you, I guess. Yep. 再把思念一点一滴化成雨落下. So I will turn my feeling of missing you into drop after drop of falling rain. So by now you probably have a vision in your head of what this painting looks like. 每当我不在，请记得我的爱. When I'm not around, please remember my love. 就在同一天空之下，遥远地灌溉, which means under the same sky, from a distance, irrigating. No pronouns, but you can imagine this line means something along the lines of, we're under the same sky and I am watering you from a distance because you are a flower, because I just drew you into one. Get it? And then, 等待秋去春来，等待下一次花开. I am waiting for the autumn to leave and for spring to come. I'm waiting for the flowers to bloom again. 在咫尺的未来, in a future that is not too far away, a future that is within reach. Notice that the future, 未来, uses the same 未 as the 未开的一朵花 from the first line of the chorus. We talked about that earlier. Okay, back to the verse. 生活就像茫茫海上. Life is like on a vast ocean. Again, we have this double word adjective, 茫茫, vast. 一只小船勇敢乘风破浪. So there's a single small boat braving the winds and the waves. Now the word 只, 一只 is a counter word. So in English, you know how you have a pair of pants. You don't just say a pants, you say a pair of pants. Well, in Chinese, we have these counter words for basically everything. 一本书, a book. 一个人, a person. And in this case, 一只小船, a small boat. So usually we use the counter 只 for things like small animals. 一只狗, 一只鸟, a dog, a bird. So using 只 to describe a boat gives it the connotation of something small and fragile and kind of maybe even lovable in contrast with something large like this 茫茫的海, this vast sea. Anyways, next line. 而你就像不远前方, and you are like not too far away. 默默张开双手的港湾. A pair of arms that are silently opening in welcome, just like a ship's harbor. And then we repeat the bridge and the chorus. So, 就算路还漫长，我却有一种预感。我相信这灵感。我把你画成花，未开的一朵花。 再把思念一点一滴化成娱乐下。每当我不在，请记得我的爱，就在同一天空之下遥远地灌溉，等待秋去春来，等待下一次花开，就在咫尺的未来。And now we come to the final line. 爱情就像遥遥路上 Love is just like on a distant road. 一束明亮却温柔的月光 There appears suddenly a shaft of bright yet gentle moonlight. 快乐原来如此简单 It turns out that happiness is so simple. 你在身旁就是我的天堂 When you are by my side, that is like paradise. And that's it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment box below. You can find the entire translation of the song, including more in-depth explanations and a singable English version at singandlearnchinese.com. See the description box below for the link. And to my 小哥们, please like, share, and subscribe to help this channel reach more learners like you. Thanks for watching, and remember to be kind to one another. Until we sing again, 再见.